Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking. Today we're going to be making one of my breakfast favorites. Well, actually it's just one of my favorites. When you have breakfast for dinner, well, you can eat it anytime. Sausage gravy. Buttermilk sausage gravy. Sausage gravy is another one of those things that takes on its own iconic personality depending on where you go in the country, and it's made differently in different regions. When I was down in Kentucky last year at Grant Hubbard's, and you want to check out his channel, the Grant Hubbard channel, his mom Faith was there and did a sausage gravy and biscuits breakfast. And I got to help her put together breakfast on Saturday morning, and while I was doing the eggs I was watching how she made her sausage gravy, and it's different than how we make it up here. I don't really know of anyone, at least in our families, that do it the way the Southerners do it. She used oil. We don't use oil. We tend to use butter in the drippings, so and buttermilk. But that's the fun thing about sausage gravy. It's not like there's a bad one. But this is how I like to make ours, and it's how my mom made it, and our family. So I'm going to show you how to make buttermilk sausage gravy. And I'm sort of a heretic. My favorite isn't over biscuits, I confess. I like biscuits, I love biscuits. Who doesn't love biscuits? But I love sausage gravy the most over home fries. Oh yeah, best comfort food in the world. So that's how I'm making mine. So let's get to it. A few ingredients, it's pretty simple. Sausage, fresh ground sausage. 1 to 2 pounds. Play it by ear, but you start with a pound at least, but I like 1 to 2 pounds. Quarter cup of butter. The other drippings in the pan are going to make up the other liquid that goes with the half cup of flour to make your roux. And 3 cups of regular milk, 1 cup of buttermilk, using my lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice to a cup of milk, hack. And salt and pepper to taste. And really, you know, as you'll see, I'll taste as we go along because I'm not big on adding any kind of salt if I don't have to, and usually pork products have enough on their own. So the first thing we're going to do is crumble up our sausage and get that cooking. I'm using my Lodge for this. Well, I use my Lodges for most everything, although I have a couple of Griswolds. It being a Cast Iron Wednesday. Cast Iron Wednesday was started by Native Tearz. Check out her Cast Iron Wednesday playlist. Check out Strong's Adventures and Shovelhead 8 and Old School and Modern Twist and Carolina Chris Outdoors, and well, there's a whole bunch of us that do this. So I have a playlist for it as well. Check it out at the end of the video. I'll provide a link to Native Tearz and her channel, along with my playlist. And we'll get this sausage all cooked up and crumbled. When we're done with that, we're going to remove it and use the drippings in the pan to make our roux and do the rest of our gravy. And when we get to a certain point here, I'm going to start my home fries in my other Lodge. They won't take as long because I have them diced pretty fine. And if you like onion, you're more than welcome to throw onion in here. I'm going to have a bunch of onion in with my potatoes, so I'll have enough as it is. Okay, my sausage is pretty well done here. I use my little mix and chop tool here. This is a Pampered Chef thing, and while I don't have everything, I do have quite a bit. This stuff is really great for hamburger and sausage and crumbling up the stuff. It does a nice job. Better than the old spatula deal. So I'm going to remove that sausage. You want to keep the juice, the fat and stuff that's left, to help make up a roux. If you are trying to do a lower fat option, not using sausage, but like turkey sausage, which is very lean and very dry, and you can't use pork products, I would suggest that you do use some more butter and or a little oil. I just use more butter, and that will help you out and give you the fat that you need for this. An option too, if you don't like using oil or would rather have better flavor than using oil, use bacon fat. That is particularly yummy. Now we're going to make our roux. I'm going to add in with the drippings, I'm going to add butter. When you're doing a white sauce or a roux, usually the good rule of thumb is that you use the same amount of butter to the same amount of flour. So in this case, I actually have a 1/4 cup of butter, but I also have the pan drippings, and then I have 1/2 cup of flour to mix this in. And we're going to add the flour, make into our sauce here, or our roux, before adding the milk. But we're going to cook the flour off first, so you don't have any of that raw flour flavor in your gravy. It's all melted. And we're going to add in our flour. So here's my buttermilk. Here's my buttermilk hack. Stir that in quick. Look how rich and creamy that looks. Now I'm going to add in the regular milk. Here's our regular milk. Now this is going to be several minutes to cook down. You want to get all the raw flour flavor out, and you want to give it time to reduce and thicken to a point. And that's the other thing. Add pepper. This really, I mean, even with the buttermilk, you have a little tanginess for better flavor, depth of flavor, but you need the pepper to give it a little zip and pop. So I'm going to bring that up to a simmer. Let me add my pepper. Okay. I'll let that reduce down while I work on my potatoes. Okay, it's time to add back my sausage, and as you can see, this is thickening up, becoming a nice gravy. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, I'm going to add in our sausage back. Get this incorporated, and we're going to let it simmer down a little bit more. Not a whole lot more. We want to get the sausage throughout the gravy for that flavor, but we don't want it to become too thick. Oh my God. Look at the goodness, as Bill Gotti would say. So a couple other options if you're trying to do the low carb keto stuff, and obviously you shouldn't have biscuits or potatoes. You can do the keto bread, low carb or keto bread. I did keto for years. You can do the low carb keto bread, which is most often you make with almond flour, and it's not bad. Or you can do it over the cabbage steaks. You can do this over kohlrabi or cauliflower, and it's very good that way as well. Turnips, another good alternative. Any above the root, above the ground vegetable like that is more, doesn't have as many carbs and sugars. Oh my God, look at that. That's about perfect, guys. That right there is country cooking's finest in a pan. Yes, indeed. And my potatoes are ready. So, guess what? You know what comes next. So here it is. Plate it up. Oh, look at that. I don't care who you are. This right here, this is what the essence of good stick to your ribs, country cooking. You know, my mom would make this before we did milking in the morning on the farm, or nun's toast or something like that, and it kept you going because we usually didn't stop for lunch, and then we had a big dinner later after, you know, evening milking. So let's see how she tastes. Still hot. Oh God, that's hugs and fires and warm cocoa and everything on a plate. I don't care what time of the day it is. I love this stuff. You can ask Michael. This is like my mainstay, one of my favorite breakfasts. Let's see, apple datch with scrapple and strawberry crepes are probably my other two favorites. But boy, this time of year, I don't tend to eat this as much in the summer when it's warm, but in the cold, and today it's cold and really nasty outside, snowing, sleeting, freezing rain. This is awesome. God. And use good quality sausage when you're doing this. Makes a difference. So, buttermilk sausage gravy. How, at least here we do it in Pennsylvania. And I'm sure it depends on what people had available when they were growing up. I grew up on a dairy farm. So you know, milk and butter was very plentiful. We made our own butter, our own yogurt, our own cheeses and stuff. So it's a dairy world for me. But you know, not everybody had access to butter, and so oil is acceptable to use. It does give it a little bit different flavor. I'm more partial to this because it's what I grew up with, but like I said, none of them are bad. Lord knows that Mama Faith's sausage gravy was just dandy. So that's my buttermilk sausage gravy. Give it a try, whether it's over biscuits or eggs or home fries or toast or cabbage. It's not like it's going to be bad over anything. Heck, it's actually good right by itself. Rice, noodles, any of that stuff. If you want another low carb option, you can put it over black bean noodles. Black bean noodles are high in protein, low in carbs, are all black bean pasta, and that's another option. And it's really yummy. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of my buttermilk sausage gravy. Check out the links at the end here and check out the other great Cast Iron Wednesdays. Enjoy! If you liked what you saw, like, subscribe, and join me next time here in Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking.